excited right now. You know who it is G. This guy right here, my Mustache Gang member, N8NOFACE. Super happy to have him. How are you, brother?
I'm good right now. Thank you. So honored to be on this, man. We've been linking and chopping it up for a while now, so I appreciate the love always. And the grinder you hooked me up with, dude. Everybody, when they see it, they're like, "What the hell is that?" Like, I don't know. Are you the only one on the market with that?
Yeah.
Shit? Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, so thank you so much. But yeah, happy to be here in Vegas, man. And I'm doing good, ready for these shows.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you like the grinder.
Oh,
it's working for you.
Oh, amazing.
I know you've done a lot of traveling just recently, along with Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
We were just talking about that off camera, but how was that for you, brother?
It was surreal. I mean, I'm really grateful. Fred has always reached out and showed that he dug what I did, and he would try to get me on a few dates of one tour, and then that didn't work out. Tried to take me to Australia, that didn't work out. And then, this Loserville tour came up, and he hit me up, and luckily I was free. And I'm really glad that all those other ones didn't work out, because I felt like if it did, he wouldn't have asked me to do this one. And this one was so special. It was surreal, man. I mean, I was the smallest guy on that show. It was Riff Raff, Bones, Eddie Baker, Ray Feldman, and then Limp Bizkit. It was so surreal, and it was the biggest thing. I'm normally playing clubs or backyard house parties, and that was the biggest thing I've ever done. It was amphitheaters, 10,000 people. I mean, when I'm going on, there's only a couple thousand, but even then, it's more than I ever played to, So it was really surreal, and I'm really grateful to have been on that.
It's huge, and for people who, I mean, you made your mark already. People know who you are. We love what you do. I mean, you're everywhere, but when in your past did you say, you know what? I think music is what I need to do. This is reaching out to me.
Yeah, I mean, I've always done music ever since, when I was 18, I bought my first drum machine. I've always done it, but it was always strictly, I never really chased it or thought of it as like a career. It was done purely out of love. I was an airplane mechanic, and, I was I worked a job, and then, somewhere along the lines, partying a lot, coming from Tucson, I got really messed up on drugs, and I was a functioning addict. Like, I never pawned my drum machines, or I never lost a job due to drugs. But I mean, every weekend I would binge, and meth, crack, coke, just all the wild shit, and that went on for so long. But at the same time, I'm still doing music out of love, and I'm still getting attention. Like Travis Barker was like showing me love, like hitting me in the DMs. Virgil, rest in peace, he was hitting me up. People were knowing about me and showing me love, but I never still chased it as a career. And then just around COVID time, I kind of was rock bottoming. I was letting my girl down, who I'm with now. I was letting her down a lot, and was kind of finally, for some reason, letting people down for years. Never really bothered me, but letting her down a lot and seeing her cry when I would come home from binges just really did mess with me. And so COVID happens, they laid me off, they shut down the place where I work, and at the same time I'm kicking meth right around that time. So it was so weird that I'm the one guy who decides, let's try to live off of art while I'm kicking meth and while COVID's happening.
So fucking hard.
Yeah, it was like, who the hell tries to go do music during COVID and going through what I'm going through? But, it was kind of forced, because if I never lost my job, I probably would have been complacent and just kept living like that. Maybe not the drugs, but I would have never chased music as a career. And now 3 years, and now we're about to go on 4 years living off the art strictly. So
that's beautiful.
Oh, I'm very grateful.
One thing I know, I always say to you in the DMs everywhere is, the fact that you're honest with us about drugs and your past and everything, that relates so much to so many people, especially what you just said with the meth. I was doing that. I was more of a snorter for a long time, and I was like, man, I was just like you. Where am I doing? What's going on? I let people down, and I had to turn it around.
Yeah.
And it was the feeling of them, and the feeling, the love they had for me, and I was ignoring it, how I felt. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Same here, man. Same here. I never, like I said, I never pawned no shit from family members. And the world I come from, all my people are like the dealers. I grew up, along the border in Tucson, Arizona. So it's like, I didn't have junkie friends or other friends doing this shit. I really went and did it on my own. When we would leave a club, they'd go home with a girl. I'd go to a dope spot. It's like I really did it on my own. And that's why when you say that, like right now, I would have never thought of that. When I started telling my story, I can't believe how many people would come up to me and be like, yo, I went through that too. Because in my world, I didn't know nobody else who did this shit. Like, I would always go to dope spots and be like with some real scary motherfuckers.
In the
corner,
yeah,
man. Like, so, like, then I'd go back home and be, you know, the next week hanging out with cats who got money or doing their thing. So it never really, it hit me when I started sharing my story that people were like, you know, we appreciate that. And in a weird way, it's helped me heal too, because I start to feel, you know, sometimes you feel really weak or different, or at least, again, the world I come from, it was like, I didn't have no one to talk to. My people, I once had literally someone I love be like, bro, your weakness is fucking disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? There was no easy love. It's tough love in my crew. Yeah. So it was just, you feel so different and weird. So when I started sharing my story and started seeing people even I love and respect, I mean, as yourself, I love and respect you. So when people start going, yo, I went through that too, it's like, oh man, I'm not alone, you know? Because I really felt alone all those years.
And you know, it was the first time, I don't think, nobody knew that. Like, I've never said that to nobody. People who are with back then, they know, of course, but they were the type of people, like you said, they were going out getting girls or whatever.
Exactly.
And I was going over here, and then it was just something that switched over, and now I'm happy. I'm grateful that we get to hang out with you and talk music, even in the DMs. And that's one thing I tell people in real life is like, this is an artist that answers back to the fans.
Oh, man.
And the shows are just unbelievable, bro.
Oh, thank
I caught
you,
3
man.
of them, and I'm fucked,
Man, I don't know. People always tell me that. They're like, yo, you're so humble. And I'm like, I don't again, I'm 49. Yeah, I've been getting some love, but you know, my whole life is just, listen, I hung out with guys, there's books written about some of my people, so I've hung out with guys who've always had more money, and then I'm also a guy from the streets, like, I don't care who you are, I still get my ass kicked, so why am I gonna act better than anybody? Yeah. I'm just a real motherfucker, so I always trip when people say you're humble or something. It's like, I don't know any other way to be. You know, this is just who I am. I'm so grateful. I know what I do is different and weird. Or just, you know, I call it weird, but I know what I do is different. So when someone's like, yo, I dig your music, it means so much to me, because I hang out with people that ain't their sound. I don't hang out with friends who dig punk or synth punk. My people weren't into that. So people who dig in what I do just means so much to me, and I just want to show them that I'm truly grateful for it.
I know we can relate because we did the awards across the street here, and we got some awards, and we came off the stage. People we didn't know were like, yo, we love what you do, respect it, and that just resonates so much.
Hell yeah, it's the best. It tells you to keep going, you know? It tells you, okay, because like I said, for so long, I just made this music for me. Strictly, it was only for me. And now, you know, when people are like, yo, I dig what you do, I don't know, I get DMs of cats like essays or homeboys, and they'll be like, yo, bro, that music isn't really my thing, but I kind of dig what you're doing.
Sure.
So it tells you to keep going, that I don't need to conform, I don't need to do these other styles that are trendy or popping. Like, just do whatever I want, and it's going to resonate with someone, and I'm forever grateful for it.
Did you stay 420% true to yourself? Like, that first song that I've ever heard was Kids in Love. And that was just like singing that over and over.
Sick.
And I was like,
thank you,
then
man.
You said it was based on a true story.
Both verses are true stories. Horribly. The first verse is about a boyfriend who came into a girl's house. I knew both of them. And, you know, he murdered her while the family was in there. And then he climbed back out of her window. And then the other story is about a girl who wanted her man to stop seeing this other girl. And she went to the girl's house to say, stop seeing my man. And that girl shot the other girl. Yeah, Tucson, we're a small city, maybe 50 miles from the border. You know, we're not even to 1 million people. But, I mean, a lot of drugs come through that city. It's a lot of dope coming through that town. So it's like Tucson, I try to tell people, it's like outlaws and artists all living in one city. It's wild, man. Yeah.
Real Wild West stuff.
Yeah, straight up. We never lost. I mean, the OK Crowd was, you know, Tombstone. So it's like we're still living like that. For a while, I was telling people we are the last state to like ban seatbelts, cell phones, and guns. Like, fools be on their phone, driving, holding their pistol. It was wild, man.
And so, the recent album, how did you pick the name on that one?
Crime partner?
Yes.
Crime partner is just a term used in the streets. You know, guys doing a crime together, they'll be like, that's my crime partner, your co-defendant. I said it in the sense of Valerie Bauer, that's my ace. None of this would be possible without her. I'm just a messy, nutty artist. and she's the one who gets all the business right, does it, her and my manager. But Val, even my manager will be like, thank God for Val, because if he had to deal with me, he'd lost it. But so I just named it kind of after our relationship. She's my crime partner in all of this, and I had my homie Chico Man. I had these tracks already written. My boy Chico Man came and fleshed them up and just made them better, and we dropped it. Yeah. I'm really excited about that one.
As you should be. And then I didn't even know it was part of Val. Like, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
and
no.
Follow her Instagram. She's a beautiful soul. Obviously,
Thank you.
she's taking care of a good one, but she does some awesome pictures.
No,
behind
photographer.
the scenes, black and white, just captures that real moment. And that's one of the things that's just gorgeous. You guys are that couple together, just working together, grinding together.
No, everything.
I mean, shit, driving from the LBC
today
together.
No, all day. So an old timer once told me, you want to know if you're in a relationship, is take a long ride with the woman, or you know what I mean? Because if you guys fight, can't no one hop out the car or nothing. So no, me and her are like, even when we're at each other's throats, like we just love each other. And she was with me through, I've been with her for 13 years. I've been on that meth shit and cracks for 17, 20 years. So she saw me through all my times, and she was the kind of one that, like I said, other relationships, I'd come home after a 4-day binge and the girl would maybe be like, all right, screw you, I'm gonna go out and party. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'd be mad. Val was the first person when I came home after a 3-day binge, she just started bawling. She was just crying. She was just happy I was alive and okay. Later, I was in the doghouse,
Sure.
But at first, her first reaction was just, I'm glad you're alive. And I never experienced that. So that's what made me start going, okay, man, I gotta fall back. I'm fucking around with people I love. I never cared what happened to me, but now I'm hurting people I love.
Same.
So.
And that's what I'm saying, is stuff being real like that. There's so many people who are like, damn, I feel that way. When this comes out, people are like, I fucking exactly. Thank you guys for talking like that, man.
I hope, man, because if we can get across, my motto to everybody is, it doesn't get easier, but I swear to God, it gets better, man. And that's all I can ever say.
And that, I mean, shit, coming from where we started and now hanging out with you,
Sick.
It gets better, dude.
Man, I'm honored, dude. That means so much.
And let me ask you this. I know we're from here in Vegas, you're in Long Beach. What's maybe your top 2 spots to eat in Long Beach?
Long Beach, right now, I'm loving a spot called Sonoran Town. I mean, they're based in LA, but again, I'm from the Sonoran Desert, so it feels like home. Oh shit, they're about to sound check. But the Sonoran Town, and I love Nick's on 2nd, man.
Nick's on 2nd.
Nick's on 2nd, dude.
All right, well, shout out to Nick's on 2nd, Sonoran Town. If you're ever in Long Beach, fucking come hang out with him, get some good grub. You heard it from the man himself, a recommendation. You see the band behind us about to get ready. Mr. Soundcheck. Thank you again, brother. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Talking and Tokin. I love y'all, man.
Let's go.